So if you're going to be trading gold in this week, you need to make sure you watch this video to the end, as we're going to be sharing with you guys what we're going to be looking out for in this new week. Now, last week, we shared with you our thoughts for last week, and gold played out exactly as we anticipated. The only thing, as you can see, price moved exactly the way we expected, came down to where we wanted it to come down to, and then pushed up, right? But it didn't quite get to 5,000, right? It got to 4,850 thereabout, and then began to drop and then move sideways. So now in this new week, what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be looking out for? We are going to still stick to looking for majorly buying opportunities, but you need to know that gold is still giving us bearish signals on the high, on the monthly, right? So let's do the top-down analysis. Let's start from the monthly time frame. So we've already put up some of the levels already, so because we want this to be quite fast, so please bear with the lines, right? So now looking at the monthly, we can see that this month of March closed quite bearish, like we said previously. And then what we're expecting to see is gold to reach, for price to reach 5,000 at some point, and probably even go a little bit higher, maybe 5.1 or 5.2, and then from there we probably will start to see a drop back downwards, because at some point I think gold is going to drop back down, at least going close to 4,000 again, right? So but we're going to be looking for sales from major sales from around 5,000 level, right? So that's what we're going to be looking out for. But while we're waiting for price to get to 5,000, we're going to be looking for how to buy gold up to that zone if we see the opportunity. So this is the weekly chart, the weekly time frame. Now looking at the weekly, we can see now gold is giving us this bullish momentum upwards, trying to push up to the upside. But as you can see, this last week closed with a major rejection at the top right here. Okay, so in this new week, we can expect gold to move down to the 50% fib level of this previous week candle, which we've marked out around here already, which is 4749 level. Am I correct? No, 4729 level, sorry. 4729 level, right? So price will most likely come into that zone, and from there we could start looking for buys. But there's a tendency for price to actually come lower. Like if you see right here, you see this level right here. Okay, we've marked it out already, which is 4676 level. There's a tendency for gold to come down into that zone, and from there probably start to push up. So if this 50% level doesn't hold, then it will most likely come down into the zone, which is close to the 76% level. All right, so let's go down to the daily. I want to make this fast. Now looking at the daily, we can still see this bullishness, this as gold was trying to push upwards, right? But you see how sellers started trying to reject it downwards. Look at this massive rejection on this candle, and then the second one tried to push up, but still with a rejection. And then this last day of the week tried to push up, but then closed red, right? So in this new week, like we said, there could be a drop down to either the 50% fib of the weekly this weekly level, or down to this other level, which is close to the 76% level, right? So but either way, we're going to be keeping our eyes open for both selling opportunities and buying opportunities. So when we go to the 4-hour, we'll see things better there. All right, so let's go down to the 4-hour. Now this is the 50% daily fib that we marked out right here, which is 4762 level. All right, so we're going to keep our eye on that level too as well. So let's go to the 4-hour. Now looking at the 4-hour, we can see things now clearer. All right, so like we said, there's a tendency for gold to come back up to this daily fib. Now gold could as well just push up higher, like open and just continue to push up higher, right? But there's a tendency for gold to push up to this daily fib and then come down back to this weekly fib, and then probably start to push up, right? But if this 50% weekly fib level doesn't hold, then we most likely will see a drop back to this other level that we talked about, and then from there we might see the push up that we're looking for. So this is what we're going to be looking for majorly, nothing seriously. I think I'm going to be keeping my eyes more on this second level, which is around 4676 level, right? So I think I like that level better, because if you enter from this other level, which is the 50% fib weekly fib level, 4729 or 4730 level, you might get stopped out from that level, but that doesn't mean you cannot get in from there. So if we see a good opportunity from that level, we definitely will take it, right? But if we don't see a clear opportunity and price drops and then this level fails, then definitely we're going to be looking for how to get in from somewhere around this other level right here. So I think it's as simple as this, nothing much to say. I think that's quite good. So if we are able to get in on the buys, then we know that gold will be going up to this other level right here and then probably going up to 5,000. So let's see how it all goes. All right, so that's it for now. I do hope you guys have a wonderful trading week. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share. Peace out, guys.